Okay, Saints fans and who that's. This is Kyle T. Mosley of the Saints News Radio Network. I'm here with the Professor Derek Stevens as well as the professional Remy Jones. What's happening, fellas?
Hey, man. It was good to hear y'all, man. Good to talk to you guys again. Normally we talk after there's been a game, but I don't think there was a game this week.
Yeah, we had a bye week. We had an early bye week.
Yeah.
A goodbye week. Goodbye to this season.
Yeah, it looks like it is a serenade to the season, but, unfortunately, we have how many more? 13 more games to play.
Yeah. But, man, look, on a positive note, man, I want to tell all my friends and family out there I'm doing well. My surgery went well. The doctors got that hawk, got that Falcons beak out of my butt. They asked me how I got up there so far, but it's out of there now, and I'm well. I'm recovering well. It's still kind of hard to sit on. It's a little tender, but it's out, and I should be okay after another week or so.
Look, man, I'm glad you got it out so soon because I think we would have been carrying it for the rest of the season.
Well, I have good insurance, man. I have good insurance, so
At least y'all went as crazy as I did. I had the audacity to put on the Reggie Bush old Saints jersey and walk around here in Atlanta with that foolishness on.
So you went on.
And the people were going, they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh.
Oh, my goodness.
And lo and behold, everywhere I went, they were all laughing at me. But I could take it. Hey, I could take it. We still got a Super Bowl. I still got a Super Bowl jacket. When I put that on, y'all can't say a word.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's something they won't ever have. Ever. Okay, guys, we're calling this session the Bigly Quesy.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's got to be Bigly. We're on the Bigly. How you going to have billions of dollars you don't even know Bigly? All right, guys. Anyway, I'm not going to get political. But, man, our boys went down to the dreaded and hateful Atlanta Falcons in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome on Monday night. The score was 45-32. And we have a little bit to talk about that's positive. I've got to really applaud the young man Ken Crawley for the job he did against Julio Jones. If nothing at all, he really did perform very well because I thought Julio Jones was going to have one of those 200-yard nights to shut him down to one catch for 16 yards. It was pretty good. Other than that, I don't
Steve
really...
Smith Sr. coming myself, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. But you know what else, man? We got to hand it to Lutz on that 57-yard field goal. I didn't think the young man was going to make it. He was pretty true to form. And most of the night, I noticed, Professor, his kicks were not trailing to the left. So it looks like he has corrected some of his issues there. The Saints just had a transaction. They added Khalif Barnes back to the roster today because the injury to Clemente, he has a quad injury. A hamstring injury, I should say. So they did not release who they're going to be releasing to be able to make room for him on the squad. A lot of people say that may be Marcus Murphy as a possibility or one of the cornerbacks. So let's see how that transpires because I really think we need Murphy but this team is just decimated with so many injuries, right, Professor?
This team is in a world of trouble. That's all I could tell you. Marcus Murphy has not been given a fair shot at all. You still penalize him for what he did last year. And the special teams, Lutz made the field goal, but you still have a horrible special teams. Because look at the buffoonery that went on with Eric Harris and Tommy Lee Lewis. You still, that special team is just a disaster, and you need to get rid of the coach. You've had the same coach. The same special team has been horrible for 5 years now. It's been horrible since the last time it was decent. Was 2011, and it's been a disaster ever since because you have not kept in players, and therefore it has led to this. And you have a unfortunate special teams coach that is not able to get the job done. And
was it just me, man, or was some Benny Hill music playing on that play?
That was the Three Stooges, the Two Stooges. You know.
I could swear I heard some Benny Hill music during that play, man. That was awful.
And I mean, but this is an example of a team that is bad. I'm sorry to Blue That Nation. This is not a good team. Don't want to hear it, but it's not. It's the same thing. Up and down. One area shows up, the other two don't. The special teams show up, the other two don't show up. Defense show up, the other two. They're never consistent. There is nothing consistent. And granted, the defense has 8 to 9 contributors that are gone. So I can't really fault the defense. You know, Drew Brees, 7 points, and the special teams, 14 points. You subtract that, you're looking at, 31 points. You had a special pass interference. That was another 7 points. So you just keep finding mistakes that a young team is going to make, although, Drew is not young, but you have the other guys that are involved were all young players, and that's the risk you run when you have an all-young team. You're not going to win because it's not going to come together like that. And this, my friends, I can just tell you this is about to be this may be the worst season ever under Coach Payton, because right now those 2 losses, games they should have won or had a chance to win, they should have taken care of that, because now this team, honestly, could be, if they don't win this week in San Diego, this team could be 0-8. With the schedule they got next, Carolina, Kansas City, San Francisco, Denver, they could be 0-9. Very easy. The Saints might be at best. They'll be lucky if they're 2-7, unless a miracle occurs and all of a sudden the defense turns around, and Drew Brees plays better on the road, because they're going to be going to Kansas City, San Francisco, and San Diego. Drew Brees in the Superdome does not look like the same Drew Brees on the road. And so, it's just a bad situation for our black and gold. And I just could tell the people maybe we'll get Leonard Fournette if we stay in competition with Cleveland for worst record. Because I don't even see when Sheldon Rankins and Delvin Broke coming back, anything changes. I just don't. Unfortunately, I don't. I just think the team is so young, and they're just going to have to go through growing pains.
Okay. What about you, Rim?
Well, think about this. I just a couple of days ago, I saw Janet Jackson up close, personal.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and well, not up close and personal. I saw her from a distance, but I decided, hey, that's Janet Jackson. I'm gonna walk over there and go talk to Janet. And I walked all the way over to Janet. When I got there, it was Big Frida. And that's what this looked like to me. That first possession, first defensive stand, I thought I was looking at Janet Jackson. From the time that punt went up, it was Big Frida.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Big Frida, man. Look, my wife put up a posting that had LaWanda Page on one side and Big
Yeah, I
Frida
saw
on
that.
the other
Big
side.
Frida on the other side.
They look so much alike. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh.
So do Tiny and Smokey Robinson if you want to get real. Go. T.I.'s wife and Smokey Robinson look like twins.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, man, that's my analogy of the whole game, man. It looked like we were going to have us some, I thought for a minute, I was like, oh, our old Saints are back. We scored on the first drive. Fellas, we've been saying for y'all to start strong. But, that means start strong and keep playing. See, we got to be more specific with this team. It's like talking to Santa Claus, and telling them, well, I want a new radio, and Santa gives you the new radio, but he don't bring the batteries because you didn't tell him to bring the batteries. Okay, you got to tell this team everything. We want you to start strong, play strong all the way through, and finish strong. You can't just start the game strong. Okay, you finally did that, and then you played, the middle of it just like you normally would end the game. It just really was not a full game. It didn't play a full 60 minutes. And like I said, once that Benny Hill looking punt play came about, I mean, I don't know who that was from the rest of that game. The ones who started the game off that was Janet Jackson. But after that, man, it was Big Frida all over the place.
And I guess it took the wind out of everybody, and I wonder if a lot of people on the Saints squad started thinking after that play, oh, we're right back to where we started, because the defense did a pretty good job to hold those guys to a 3-and-out. We were going to get the ball right back, and bam, Devontae Harris. I don't know why you decided to pick up a punt. You never fielded punts for the Black and Gold so high today that, he didn't even try to get out the way. He just, hey, a football. Let me take it. And those guys were coming full steam at him, man. And I was just like, oh, man, it was just bad from the beginning. That whole play, he just got blocked into Tommy Lee. And then after that, it was just disaster waiting to happen. But, one thing I got to say is I watched the game a couple of times afterward, man, and I was like a glutton for punishment, right? But that defensive line, as well as those linebackers, did not help the cause. And I know I love Coach Rick Gailey a lot, but I have to disagree with him. James Laurinaitis is a liability to the Saints. And did you hear what John Gruden said about Jarvis Byrd?
I believe I did. What did he say?
He said it. He said, Jarvis Byrd is a liability to New Orleans. God, he just blasted him on national TV, man. It's just terrible what those guys were not able to do. Cam Jordan, nowhere to be found most of the game. He's our supposedly all-pro on defense. Nowhere to be found most of the game, man. And it wasn't until Edebali got in, Krewe did nothing and hasn't done much of anything since he's been a New Orleans Saint. If it were not for Craig Robinson running from sideline to sideline, tackling everybody, it probably would have been worse than that.
I believe, Rim and Kyle, the Saints have problems with their coaching staff.
The coaching staff, yes. Yes.
You cannot tell me that everybody you put into this system is horrible. I mean, this is a coaching problem, and Coach Payton is loyal to his friends, and it is causing the Saints detriment. He's gonna be so loyal to his friends, he's gonna lose his job. He's
gonna do a Les Miles. He's gonna be so loyal, like people have been telling Miles. Cam Cameron was terrible. That's the reason why the Baltimore Ravens let him go, and he didn't want to see it. You pay this man the most in the SEC as one of the top offensive coordinators for what? It was terrible. That offense didn't see